Hello everyone and welcome to Infused Transitions. If you are returning, thank you. I'm so glad you're here and I appreciate you and I appreciate your support in being here and being a part of this channel. If you are new here, welcome. We're so glad that you have joined us. And, we hope that this resonates with you and you decide to come back. If the video itself resonates with you, hit that like button as that helps the video to get out and be able to share the messages with anyone else who may be able to gain some understanding or wisdom or aha moments, etc. for themselves. And don't forget to hit subscribe and hit that bell so that you'll be aware whenever new content gets put up. I am a intuitive reader, which means that the information and messages that I share may or may not be the meanings that come with the guidebooks for whatever decks I use. And all of my readings are timeless. So whenever you come across that reading is the right time for you. And as always, if something does not resonate with you, then it's not for you, and that's fine. Just if it doesn't resonate, leave it alone. So with all of that said, I would very much like to be able to get started. What I'm actually going to do right now is, I don't even know what kind of it just, it's basically, of course it's going to be general, so it may or may not resonate with you. But we're wanting to get a better picture, if you will, of a current goal that we're working towards, the current position in that journey that we are at, meaning, if this is our goal and, where are we in that journey? What is slowing us down? What is supporting or assisting us? Then how is, utmost high, God, source, spirit, universe, whatever that is for you, how is that assisting and supporting us? What can we learn from our process? And then, what are our next steps as we're moving through this progression? And a couple of more questions, which will, of course, I'll share as I'm shuffling for those. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started. And I'm going to put you on pause for just a moment as I need to go open the door for some family members that have come home. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So let's see. So again, this is just it's a general read. So it may or may not resonate with you. Goodness gracious. So what card best represents what our current goal is? What card best represents our current goal? Okay, so we've got out the Pentacles here. This one is the Seven of Pentacles. So this is about growing, nurturing, taking care of our money. It is about, this can be all sorts of things around money. It can be your money, your emotional quality with money, your intelligence about money and around money. It can be, you're focusing on expanding and building your monetary empire or your monetary material world. But the point is that you're really paying attention to it. You have put in the work. You are ready to and are maintaining the work. So this is what our journey is about in this particular reading, okay? So what is the current position in this journey? What is the current position in this journey? And then we got one that flipped over. All right. So we've got, you've got the Eight of Swords, right? And the Magician. Now, to me, there's a couple of different messages here. We can often feel like we are really restricted. We can't see where we're going with this. We don't know. We can't see how we're going to get there. We can't see the steps. Those are commonly things that, to me, this card represents. Feeling like we don't know which direction to take, or like there's only one direction to go, but because we don't know, meaning like if you've hit rock bottom, right, you can only go up. How do I get up, though, when I've got all of these things, whether they are imagined or real, working against me? So how do I shift that? Well, again, she may be bound, she may be blindfolded, she may be blocked in other directions, but in the direction that is open to her, she is very bravely taking a step anyway. And I don't know if you can see that very well, but you know, she does have one foot farther out and in front of the other one. So she is bravely taking steps, even though she may not know what step to take or anything. She's trying. She's trying. That's the point. That's the gist of it. And then the other part of it is, again, we have the Magician. Well, to me, the Magician is saying, I have all the tools I need. I have the wand, I have the sword, I have the cups, I have the pentacles. I have at least one pentacle, right? I have a start, I have a beginning. Now, how do I put these things together to create, you know, that monetary shift and change, that harvest time of finances that I'm trying to create? And there is a great deal of abundance in here with the Magician in the garden. We've got peace lilies, red roses, and then of course a lot of fauna, which looks like it's got some vines going on it, which means it's far reaching, far spreading. This could also indicate that what you are wanting to create, or one of the goals you would like to see come from your money, is legacy. Joy, happiness, love, right? Because again, as we talked about the other day, love and money have a very, very, very similar frequency and vibration. So where we can bring healing to one, we can normally bring healing to the other. Or where we can bring expansion and evolution in one, we can do the same with the other. But this is telling me that you have what you need, right? You have what you need. Even though you may think you don't, you do have what you need. And here's the thing. Even if it is the only thing you have is a public library or the internet, right? You have a way to search, to educate yourself, to look into money, understanding money, learning how to create money, how to manage money, what are different opportunities that you can do to create a business of your own, whether that's an in-home business, or if it's researching different jobs that you're interested in, and like what are the education requirements for that. So whichever avenues that you're exploring, you do have what you need in the sense of being able to research these things, research and figure out, you know, what sounds interesting, what doesn't, what is a way for you to shift your story, what's a way for you to take off the blinder, to take off the ropes that can confine you and constrict you, and move forward anyway. So the next question then is, within this journey of what we're trying to create, what is slowing us down? What is slowing us down? Okay. All right. So this came out Actually, in the reverse. Okay, so the first one out, we had, we have the Nine of Wands, the Wounded Warrior, right? And then we have the Judgment, which came out in reverse. So what I'm seeing is almost basically, in essence, we're getting in our own way of our new beginning. We're getting in our own way of progress. How and why? Well, because we're the Wounded Warrior. And we see that. I mean, if you look at these, in both of those, I mean, this one's still completely stuck in the blind and unable to move. This one has made it out, okay? So we've made progress, right? We have made progress. It may not seem like it, but we have. But here's the thing. He's shown looking back at all of these wands. He's shown looking back instead of looking forward. Where here, when they were completely stuck, they were facing front, right? Now they've made it out, but now they're looking back. And then we've got Judgment in reverse. Well, Judgment is about new beginnings. It's about starting something anew. Well, we can't start anew if we're constantly looking behind us. If our worldview, our world perception, which is also how we see ourselves, how we see others, how we see our money, how we see whatever goal we're looking on. If we put everything through the glasses of that and of looking back, well, then how are we going to move forward? So I would say right now is what's slowing you down is being stuck in looking back and allowing the past to dictate your now and your future. It's time to throw out those glasses and put on a fresh pair of glasses, ones that are looking forward. This is not about ignoring your past. This is not about pretending it never happened. This is about acknowledging, processing, and letting go, right? What was the past? What were all these wounds? What were all the battles? What were all the trials, right? They are a part of who we are, but they don't have to be who we are. And I feel like when we can let go of these things, that we will then be able to shift this new beginning to actually being active. But right now it's like it's trying, right? It's trying. It's come halfway, but now it's kind of hit this plateau, and that plateau is being stuck where it's at because of constant looking back. Right. So let's look and see now what is supporting us, what is giving us assistance. All right. That one came out first, second, third, fourth. And I think that's it. Let's see. Yep. All right. So when you're looking at it this way, as oddly as it may sound, this is actually a support. Why is that a support? Well, when you've hit rock bottom, again, there's nowhere to go but up, right? And when we are comfortable or just accepting and staying in the energy of what was, well, then we're not going to leave. We're comfortable in our uncomfortableness. We're comfortable in accepting of the discomfort, right? So it really does get to a point, though, for most people where eventually it's like, oh my gosh, I've had enough of this. I've so had enough of this. I'm ready to do something different. I'm ready to start going after these pentacles. I want my life to change, right? There's a choice or a decision. The choice or the decision is, are you going to stay stuck in the warrior? Are you going to in the wounded warrior, or are you going to move forward? Are you going to take your worn out, how is that? What's that word? Beraggled self. I don't know why that one came in. And move forward, or are you going to stay stuck? And here's the other choice and decision that's coming along. Are you going to take the opportunity that comes when it comes? You know, this can be about communication. It can be about creativity. It can be about an action that is required. But it is a choice or a decision. And that no one can make that for you. You are responsible for you. You are responsible for your energy management, your energy overall. You're also responsible for your outcomes, your choices, your decisions, and that includes the outcomes of them. A lot of times we like to sidestep that and say, well, it's not my fault because so-and-so did this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, we've all been there. We've all done that. We all probably do it from time to time again. It's a learning process. It's a journey, right? But the bottom line is, you know, we set ourselves into that position in the first place. So there are choices and decisions that need to be made. And clearly you've made a choice of some kind to move out of this because there's movement. They may be limping along. They may have only one shoe. They may be, you know, whatever, but the choice has been made to get on the move. And now there's another choice. Are you going to accept this offering, whatever that offering may look like? And then here's the other part of it. It is important to remember to take care of yourself, rest, rejuvenate, allow yourself time for integration, allow yourself time for retrospect. And I'm saying that because this retrospection is definitely not the same as rumination, right? Retrospect is about learning and seeing how you got into a certain position or how you've gotten so far or how much progress you have made, things like that. Which is very different than just sitting in rumination and not basically just not helping yourself. Okay, so now let's ask, that's the second time that's been on the bottom of the deck. Now let's ask, so this was, you know, what is supporting or assisting us, right? So now let's ask, how is Spirit helping us? How is Spirit helping us? Wait a minute here. Current goal, the current position, slowing us down. Yeah, okay. How is Spirit helping us? Okay, so we've got the Hierophant. I don't know, some people say Hierophant. So we have the Hierophant, and we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Now, here's the thing. So the Hierophant, to me, this is about having a plan, having structure, having, I'm hearing the words tried and true basis and or foundation. And again, remembering our goal here is it's about our money. So I feel like this is telling us, you know, this may seem counterintuitive to a lot of us who have been on our awakening journey, on our ascension and evolution journey. It can seem backwards to us to say utilize the, I'm hearing, old dogmatic patriarch structure and ways of creating wealth, of educating ourselves about money, etc. and so forth. But here's the thing. No one says you have to do every single step. No one says that you can't take, here's the gist of the understanding. This is how things were traditionally done. Now, how do I tweak each one of these steps so it meets me, one, where I am, and equally important that it it aligns with my beliefs, with my journey, with the way I want to walk, create, etc. But it's just giving you a beginning starting point is what I am getting from that. So the Knight of Swords, to me, the reason that this is in reverse is because it's saying to me, don't rush into this. Don't like, okay, well, I'm going to do this, 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 and this, and it's going to do that, and it's going to hold this, and it's going to come out, and it's going to look like that. And there's this hyperness, which is about a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, which, don't get me wrong, we can often feel that way when this is the position we're in, right? But Spirit's saying, you know, wait a minute, shh, no, let's slow down a little bit, because you're wanting to create that legacy, you're wanting to create something that is substantial, that is stable, that is reliable, that is consistent, right? And that's not just going to crumble and fall apart. Well, that's going to take planning. That's going to take structure of some kind. And rushing through these things can often create us, or create lining ourselves up for setbacks, for having to start over again. So this is how Spirit is helping us. They're saying, look, there's plenty of things out there to help you have that structure, to get you started, to get you going, doing your research, figuring out what that is and how, and then adjusting it to how it works for you. And not, you don't have to crawl, but at the same time, it's not about running full force. You know, to have a plan, do the steps, do the work. And this is what's going to give you a very, very solid foundation. And I don't think it's any, you know, coincidence that we have the King of Pentacles is what came out on the bottom of the deck, right? So in all of this process, it's like, so what can you learn? What can you learn from all of this? All right. So the first thing that caught my eye out of all this, even though it didn't come out, it's on the bottom of the deck, is this Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck. To me, this is saying there's plenty of opportunity here for you to get to this place, this space. There's an offering here to help you get to this place and space, which we see here, right? We see here, and here. There are certain steps to take to help you achieve this goal. That are being divinely offered to you. But this is also telling me that there is work to be done around healing your emotions and your beliefs around money. Because if you look at this guy's face in here, and I don't know how close I can get and have it be, he doesn't look ecstatic. He doesn't look like he's happy or celebrating the fact that he's made this much progress. It almost looks like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired of waiting for this thing to grow. You know, it's that sitting there waiting for a pot of water to boil takes forever, right? But if we go off and we do other things, and then it's like, oh my goodness, my water, right? And then you come back and it's boiling. This is also telling me that there's emotions and beliefs that need to be healed around this. Maybe you know what they are just from hearing that. Maybe you need to explore. Go in and explore and discover, what are your beliefs around money? How do you feel about money? And a lot of times this can be linked back to things that we heard and experienced about growing up. They can be things that we've perceptions and beliefs that we've created on our own. They can be a collage of all sorts of things, but the bottom line is, and it's not about blaming anybody, it's not about judging where you are, it is simply becoming aware so that you know what to address, that you know what, you know what, I think that probably is not helping me to have that belief that the money is root of all evil, right? Maybe I need to look at that. Maybe I need to change how I feel and perceive that to be, how I believe that about money. So I feel like we're being given a new beginning, an opportunity to change our perception and support and assist ourselves in our evolution and in our journey in trying to create this. Risk. Okay, there is a difference where, again, there's structured, educated risks, right? Which is very different than running in full throttle. Let me just throw this stuff here and hope that, it'll come out well, right? So to me, this is saying it's not about not taking any chances. It's not about not being open to trying new things and to change your story, to bring it to a higher frequency and be more abundant. It's about doing it with intelligence, doing it even when we're nervous, and being brave and courageous and taking that leap anyway. But we're doing it basically with that, an educated guess. We're doing that with structure, but with flexibility, right? We have an opportunity here to create the Nine of Cups for ourselves, right? We have the ability to do this. And how are we going to do this? By learning about money, learning how to create it, learning how to maintain it, learning what are our beliefs and our perceptions about money, learning about how we feel about money, learning about our intelligence about money, and then adjusting and tweaking accordingly to best help and support ourselves into reaching this goal, maintaining that goal, and then building on that goal. For some, there may be conflict around money. There may be bickering and arguing about money. There may be some people who might be in a legal thing about money right now. But again, even if that is you, use your structure, take your time, be intelligent, right? Continue to work on you in your journey in this and allow these things to work out. Part of that is not participating in conflict. The other part of this can be about working together. There can be a group of people who are trying to figure it out. And it's about coming together and sharing your bits and pieces of wisdom and learning how to piece that together to be useful, to be supportive, to help each other along in the journey, but doing it again with your eyes wide open, with wisdom, with paying attention, versus just blindly running in. And I would say also, it's important not to just take everybody's word for it. Okay, yes, these 10 people have told me 10 different things of this is what they do, or this is what they feel, or they believe, or they think, or what they access. That doesn't mean it's right. You need to know for yourself. You need to do the work for yourself, and go hire a professional if you can. Look at your community. Sometimes communities have professionals that offer free and or reduced programs in which you can participate in to help you educate yourself around your money. But the point is it's up to you and only you. Okay. Let's see. So with all of this, what is the probable outcome of the next step? So these are the steps right here, right? This is everything I just said about this row. These are your steps right here. So let's see, what's the probable outcome if you decide to follow through on these steps, so you decide to do the work? What's the probable outcome? Did you see that? It came out and came back. It came out and came back. Celebration. Possibly also maybe new friendships. We also have justice on the bottom of the deck. But this can be reasons to celebrate. It can be that you've got new friends. It can be your support team, whatever that looks like. But this is a probable outcome if you choose to follow these steps and again, ownership. Own your choices and your decisions. Own what you're going to create. Be responsible with your energy, with your choices, with your decisions. If you don't know something and you don't know where to go, get out there and help yourself. Check the library, check your community, check your chamber of commerce, check the internet, educate yourself. whether that's formally or informally. Go find a professional, because I am not. This reading is for entertainment purposes only. There's my disclaimer, right? So it really is, though. It doesn't have to be as hard as we make it, and we can stay stuck in this, right? Or we can decide to utilize what we have. We don't have to always be looking back. We can free that past up and let this new beginning start, okay? And then if we operate on the assumption that we do the work, we follow these steps, what is the overall outcome once the goal is reached? What is the overall outcome once that goal is reached? Oops. Oh my. All right. So first, let's address this, okay? We have the devil energy, and what is it crossing? Well, it's touching, right? This opportunity to heal emotions and beliefs around money, intellect, and our emotions and our beliefs around money. It's touching the Fool card, which again is about taking a risk, taking a chance. Are you going to just be crazy and reckless and go all the way in without any thought? Or are you going to do this with education, calculation, planning, that kind of energy? And then it was, oops. And then it was also touching this card. This to me is saying, just be careful, right? Be careful. Be careful in the sense of, just like we need to be responsible with our choices and decisions around our money, we also need to be responsible with our choices and our decisions of who we're going to associate with, who are we going to be friends with, who are we going to do business with, and just really being mindful, because we can, when we're in these spaces here, right, with the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Wands, we can get into this almost needy desperation kind of energy where we want to just jump into friendship. Yeah, you're my best friend, and I've known you for what, like a month, right? That usually is not very helpful. So this to me is not anything to be freaked out about or scared. It's just saying, well, if you're going to be reckless and you're not going to pay attention, these are the things. Oh, these there we go. These are the things that can go south quickly if we're just going to go willy-nilly and just, play the victim card, run and jump back into being the wounded warrior, run and jump back into, oh, I'm a victim, I can't do anything to help myself, right? These are perceptions, these are beliefs. We can and have the ability to choose to do differently. Now, going back to what's the probable outcome, should we do the work, be wise, be responsible, make choices, educate ourselves, get assistance, get professional help and support if we need to, whatever that looks like. Hello, Ten of Pentacles, going from the 7 to the 10. Another new opportunity. Yeah, we can sit here again. We can sit here and get lost in this, or we can look over here at the cup, but look at what the cup is bringing us. I should probably hold this up. I don't know if you can see them very well there because it's the mini cards. So we're going from, the 7 of Pentacles to the 10 of Pentacles. This is the opportunity that we have. And again, just reminding you, don't get caught up in looking at what has been or what is over here. God, source, spirit, universe, creator, utmost high, whatever that is to you, is handing you another opportunity. So you've gotten this far. Now it's saying, all right, well, let's keep going. what else am I going to offer you? I'm going to offer you another pentacle, but a major, major win, a big pentacle. This is something even bigger, a big, substantial financial opportunity, or something material-wise. Oh my gosh. Okay, so a lot of people look at this card as confusion. In this particular case, though, what I'm seeing is, okay, well, I've got victory. I've got all these jewels, which is, again, increase in income. I also got a surprise here. And now it's time for this surprise, which is very substantial in the material way, but it's also very substantial in a love. A love, and I would say that a love is very timely. The wheel is in our favor. So there you go. And I hope you found this helpful. If it made sense to you, if you found it helpful, and look at this, on the bottom of the deck we have the Knight of Cups, which again is a very heartfelt offering, and look at what was right below that. This is definitely a love interest, which we see by the Lover's card and the Wheel of Fortune that is turned in our favor. This could be somebody who is younger than we are. This can be somebody who's actually very big. If you want to take it in more of a literal sense, I also feel like it's going to take being very courageous and brave, because even though, you know, many of us may want this, it can be really scary, especially when you have come from this. But take a good look at that, these two. Now take a good look at these three. Very different energy, very different feeling, huge opportunities here. Pretty amazing stuff. So anyways, again, if this resonated with you, if you enjoyed this reading, give it a thumbs up. And yeah, I hope you found this helpful. See you next time. Bye.